Welcome back, y'all. It's the Live and Let Fly podcast. We're here once again to live and or let fly, depending on, how you're feeling today. How are you feeling today?
I mean, our goal is to do both.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That is our goal.
Can't hold me down, Zach.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fly.
Yeah.
Dude, I want you to spread your wings, man. Flap those majestic wings and take flight.
Did I do it?
You did,
very
man. You really
majestic
did.
right there.
You really did it.
You brought me there.
Congratulations. You done it.
It was the arm flapping that really did it for me. With the leaning forward like a bird in flight.
Yep.
I'm really
Head
method,
bobbing.
y'all. Jump off my roof periodically. Just
Pterodactyl looking ass.
Yep. You don't need this nest no more. You're out.
oh god. Y'all ever seen a wet owl?
Nope.
Yes.
Sorry, what?
It's terrifying.
It's so sad,
Yeah.
dude.
This sounds
They're
like
like-
slang, but I just now understand.
not a
You're
euphemism.
talking about a wet owl. Okay.
a soaked
It's like a
owl.
Cleveland
Oh my
steamer.
You ever had a wet owl?
I'm gonna I'm gonna put it in Discord real quick for you guys to see. It is the saddest
They're so
little
sad.
guy.
It's like seeing Fiona wet,
Oh
Yeah,
God!
feeling
It's
like
a
That is the most depressing thing I've ever seen.
alien.
it's like a bad piece of LSD art.
It's the eyes that get me.
That motherfucker has been through it.
That motherfucker is like, dude,
No, that's AI art right there. That's failed AI art.
Nah,
Bro,
it's from
he's
2 years ago.
trying his best,
no,
man.
that dude's like, you're going to take a picture of me now.
That's
That's the
John.
look on that.
It's
That's
just
the look.
John after his 12-hour shift.
Yeah.
Jesus. Fucking terrible.
Just
Tyler.
dead
I
out.
Here,
feel for the
let's
guy.
get
I feel
it.
for the guy.
Oh shit.
What's wrong, Al? I just got wet, man.
Why do his eyes look like 100 times more human?
I don't know, man. There's a lot going on in that pic, and it makes me sad.
So if you guys want to see this for yourself, all I did was Google wet owl. Went to the first link. I think it was a Reddit
It's-
link.
I think you should just post it in the live
No
and let
context,
fly
just
with
put it
No
out there
context.
right now.
Right now.
Yes, right
Yeah,
this
You'll
moment.
get this
Right
in a
this
while.
second. Yeah.
I can do that.
Just
Pin
like
that
zero
thing
context.
as well.
Just so people are like, what the fuck is going on? Did I miss something? It's like, not yet, you didn't.
Not yet, you didn't. People in the future, just wait. We're gonna rock your world.
Oh man, you got it back.
Sad fucking owl.
Like I said, man, you just feel
Have you
bad
ever
for the little
seen-
guy.
Have you ever seen a picture of an owl with his little lower half feathers pulled all the way up so you can see the full length of his legs?
I have seen that.
Owl legs are long as shit. That's all just a jacket they're wearing. They're like
They look
track
so sad when
stars.
they're wet, dude. They just don't look right.
Looks like Emily just pinned that picture
did.
in the Live and Let Fly channel on our
did.
Discord. So
I can't wait to see the speculation.
Yeah, it's a good one. This is ridiculous.
That
I
was
was
a
just
sad
looking at it and I
fucking
glanced
owl.
back and just I can't. It's too.
I want to set up a GoFundMe page for it, you know?
I know.
For his hospital bills.
Yeah. For STF Con, all proceeds are going to go to this
Go to this
owl.
wet owl.
To this wet owl.
What's this?
Ow.
Somebody get him a towel.
We need to
Somebody
name
give him
him.
a
What
towel.
is this owl's name?
Reginald.
Derek.
No, Reginald's too peppy. Needs to be something beat down, haggard.
Okay.
Patrick.
How
Norman.
about Haggard?
Walter.
Norman's pretty
Walter.
good.
Yeah.
Walter the wet owl.
Clarence.
Clarence is good too. Clarence is pretty good.
I just associate
Eugene.
Eugene's
The
pretty good.
Eminem thing, is that what you were going to say with Clarence?
No, I think there's a Cartoon Network show.
Yeah, Heath, know your audience, bro.
Yeah.
If you are referring to Emily as my audience, there is
I
no
know.
knowing that audience.
I guess that's fair.
It is an
I guess that's fair.
unstable audience.
God damn.
You got Emily looking like a wet owl now, dude.
Some days.
From now on, whenever I'm having a bad day, I'm just be like, man, I'm having a wet owl day, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's one of them wet owl days.
Yep.
Just dude,
Yep.
like, how wet? The wettest of owls.
It's not just moist.
No,
It's not even damp.
Yeah, it's not even damp.
Motherfucker is
Wet.
It's a swamp owl.
Swamp owl.
I have a question.
This,
Do y'all,
this
do
No,
y'all
go ahead,
say
go ahead.
Swamp or swamp?
Depends on who I'm talking
Swamp.
to.
That's
Yeah.
Depends on the
yeah.
context.
Never swamp. Never once.
Never swam.
Never swamp.
No.
If I really need to
Get your
twang
ass
it
kicked
up,
for saying
it's
something
swamp.
like that.
Yeah.
Swamp.
Yeah, it's
Swamp.
swamp in my normal tongue, but like if I'm
Swamp.
feeling feisty,
Swamp.
if I'm at a NASCAR race, it's swamp. You know,
Swamp, there it is.
I mean, that kind of works. That's just the idea.
that was the sound that got made when the owl got wet. It was swamp.
Swamp.
It was all at once.
How does it go from hoot to swamp?
No,
That's
that's
how
how
wet
it
the
made
picture
that
was.
sound. Whatever made him wet made that sound.
It's the pasta, you know, the wet noodles, man.
Oh no, the stirring of the
From Olive
macaroni.
Garden, right?
The secret soup?
Oh,
The secret soup. That's it. Yeah.
I was on a different level.
That
When you're
face
here,
does
you're
look
here.
like he's a bedraggled kitchen worker.
Draggle.
that dude just got off a late
I just
shift.
got off
Yeah.
my 1:30 in the morning shift.
Dude,
Yeah.
he just
And I'm
worked
taking 4 shots before
He
I
had a
drive
clopening
home.
double, you know,
Yeah, a 10-hour in the dish room. Yep,
on Mother's
absolutely.
Day for
Yeah,
fuck's
he's wet
sake.
from the dish room.
Yep. Bless his heart.
Yeah, he just goes into the bar and just looks at you with those eyes, and you know that motherfucker needs a whiskey.
Yeah, make it stiff.
Yeah.
What's up,
What
Walter?
are you
You
doing?
pour the whiskey, and he just nods his little owl head more.
More. I'll tell you
Yeah,
when
it's
I'm done.
It's like, tell me when,
Right,
and he
right.
just never says anything.
He just puts
bar
his
is
beak
just flooded
under
with whiskey all in the bar. And he's like, keep it coming,
I
man.
know what I'm about.
Ridiculous.
Dude, we're really
This is the
telling
creativity that we have, right?
Eventually.
We've invented a whole life.
Eventually,
this
the
owl.
bartender says, "Sorry, man. They said I got to
Yeah.
cut you off." And he says, "Who?"
Who told you that? This is
All right,
how we
well.
make the big swamp money.
Oh my gosh! Like
This is why they come back week after week.
This is all they'll talk about, no matter what happens in this episode.
what happens?
That could kill
Somebody could
every
die.
one of us, and it's going to be about the wet owl.
The story, yeah, the story investment at this point is in Clarence the wet owl.
Right.
Poor Clarence.
Like we can't even do an episode now. We just need to keep riffing on Clarence's backstory.
Let's
If
pivot
Hacky
to
Sack
Clarence the
Heroes
Wet Owl,
was
the
still
podcast.
going, dude, Clarence
Somebody
would
would-
make his way into that show.
Yeah,
You know?
totally.
Oh my God! Who would
Boys,
he be? A
I need
Strix
your
or an
I'm getting
a
wet, and I don't know why. Only the Hacky Sack Heroes can figure out this mystery.
Also, it's Clarence, but he pronounces it Clarence.
Clarence.
Clarence?
Like
Clarence,
the
the
Jordan
swamp
River,
owl.
not the Jordan River.
Yeah,
you know?
Clarence. Clarence. It's one syllable.
Clarence.
Clarence.
I
Clarence
stubbed
from
my toe
Swamp.
and it went Clarence.
All right, there's no way for me
No.
to transition this. So here is
Speaking
the
of
hard
wet.
pivot.
Speaking of
Oh,
wet,
yeah,
we're going
yeah.
to wet places.
Are we going to
Yeah,
Kevin
wet
Costner's
owls.
Water World?
Taking inspiration,
Way to
Josh.
go.
About to have everybody get wet.
Every owl on this planet looks like Clarence. Clarence.
There were owls on this planet. They would all be
Dead?
Clarence's.
Clarence.
Dead?
I assumed they would drown.
No, just get that augmentation Tia got.
Yeah, that's it.
Can't afford it though with their insurance being shitty from the restaurant gig.
Y'all,
Insurance. Y'all
made it
getting
too
insurance?
real, Heath.
you guys have insurance?
Technically, they have insurance, but it's so not worth doing. You know,
Yep.
Right.
legally we're required to do this. Anyways,
Clarence aside.
Clarence aside, do you remember the name of the planet you're on? The Waterworld?
well, Kevin
It starts with
Costner's
an E.
Waterworld.
Kevin Costner's Waterworld is canonically the correct name for this planet. That is, of course, that's not copyrighted.
I called
And
up Kevin. He
so
said it was cool.
Paizo is, you're on a first name basis with Kevin Costner.
For sure.
Yeah, he
Call
said
him
I'm
old
too
buddy Kev."
busy quitting hit shows to go work on another baseball project or something.
I'm not even going to ask. I'm
It's
assuming that he quit the show, whatever it is.
He was
the
on
ranchers,
Yellowstone,
corrupt,
and he
corrupt
like-
ranchers. Yeah.
Yeah, he had all kinds of I'm not going to come back for the money shit.
Good for him. So, what's the name of this planet?
Entha?
The bees.
that's not right.
Entha. There you go.
That's right?
Yes. Yeah.
I'll
that's
take an
right.
inspiration. Thank you very much. No, I'm maxed out. I can't.
That's the thing, man. Y'all have had
I'll
some good
take his
RP, but it's like you're
inspiration.
all capped on your inspos,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Yeah.
nothing.
You
I
got to
can do
give us a
about
fight hard enough for us to need to use them, Zach.
Hey, shh.
it. Okay. Well, you are on a water
easy for
planet,
you to-
so
That's
like
easy for you to say on the back
careful what
line,
you
bro.
ask for.
On the
Zach.
what?
On the back line.
Yeah,
Zach.
it is.
Clicks and drags. Zach clicks and drags the tokens. Control C, Control V. All right.
And
Use those
Clarence is
inspirations.
in there.
Turns out Clarence is a huge owl with 5 attacks.
More like
Good
an
fucking
owl
luck.
bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got reach and 2 reactions, so have fun with that.
And 3 layer actions. Yes, they have those in Starfinder
Clearly,
now.
this water planet is Clarence's lair. I don't know
Obviously.
if you guys can tell how
have you
wet
seen
he is.
him?
He's got a 60-foot sadness aura. Go ahead and roll that will save. You'd be shaking if you fail.
Shay is listening right now, and they're just furiously jotting down notes.
Yes.
For our
60-foot
next
swim
big bad.
speed.
It's like the opposite of a bard. Instead of inspired courage, it's inspired depression.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's negatives all around.
It's just bad, man.
Just negatives all around. So you came to Entha. You got a supply of drill bits that you're here to deliver. Remember why you're taking drill bits to Entha?
Yeah, because we need to do that as a cover to get here so we can then try to find Chin and Edgecore keep
Abscond.
burning through drill bits. And so we took opportunity to be the ones to deliver more.
Correct. Absolutely. Because EdgeCorp is trying to terraform this planet.
Yep.
That is the thing. And as you arrived,
Oh, yeah.
Some bad shit happened.
There was
some bad
boats
shit
running
happened,
away.
man. Yeah.
But it's like shit that's got nothing to do with us, so let's just
Yeah.
move right along.
Well, I'm curious. So EdgeCorp is trying to terraform this water world. Like, are they trying to build land? Or, like, what's the goal of the terraforming, I guess?
Yeah, the goal of the terraforming is
To form Terra.
Thank you.
absolutely correct. Yeah. There's
gonna
probably
make
more
dirt.
that you can find out on planet, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I just the curiosity hit me.
Absolutely, dude. I want you to be curious like a cat. I want your friends to call you Whiskers. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's more for the nature of my nimbly bimbliness.
Wow.
If
That's gonna be
the
one of
moon
those
was a
episodes.
hot dog. If you were a hot dog, and if the moon were made of spare ribs, isn't that what it is?
Would you eat it?
If Entha's oceans were beer, would you drink it?
Yes.
I'd have
Some
to.
of
Give
it.
it a taste. Yeah.
Some of it. I'd get me a mug.
A
So
lot of pee in that beer.
it is. As we were leaving, somebody called out and said, "Are we got a vid from somebody?"
You got a open comms channel,
Yeah.
okay? Who's opened, you know.
All hail anybody listening.
Right.
Yep. And basically, the captain was a. I want to say it was a Fomorian, but I could be.
Fomorian.
Yes,
Captain
Foreman.
is a
Foreman.
wet owl.
Oh, that changes things.
No, don't
No,
mess with
Gorin.
him.
A Gorin.
Gorin.
Excuse me.
Oh,
A
okay.
Gorin.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
Plant people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, she introduced herself, and I think I pronounced her name wrong, but it's Siobhan.
Siobhan. Okay.
Siobhan.
And she was like, we didn't know what was going on. And
Yes.
we just wanted to leave. And they're like, no, we're breach contracts.
Yeah,
But
that was it.
Yeah,
Right.
you
They
guys
wanted to
really,
do
they
you
wanted
guys
the
really
due
shit
diligence.
on her hard for not
We didn't-
doing their research.
Well, yeah, we
Right.
did do that.
A little
Right.
bit, yeah.
We weren't prepared
basically-
for a water world that we could have looked up.
All right, let's let Zach get his preamble
She
out.
has
and
a
then-
ship. She has a ship. It's called the Surnoch's Tooth. It does not have a drift engine. It is a rock hopper. And she said that her crew was ferried to Entha for a mining operation, but the company never told them that it was a water world. The Surnoch's Tooth is not rated for underwater. It doesn't even have a drift engine. And so she tried to leave, but the company called her crew in breach of contract and tried to seize her ship. So she and her crew took off. Okay? She opened a comms channel to you to ask you for some kind of help. You don't know what kind of help she's asking for, but the comms channel is open. There's a female Gorin named Siobhan on screen. As far as you can tell, no one else has responded to her.
Was
What do
her
you do?
was her communication also open, or was it specific to us?
If you want to open a private channel with her, you certainly can do that.
No, that's
So-
not what I'm asking. I'm asking,
Mm-hmm.
did she put that out? What she said, what we heard, to everybody, or just
You
to us?
you assume so.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
You assume so. Yeah.
And we are seeing that nobody is taking any moves to do anything. Like that.
Yeah.
Look, dude, like any other situation, I would jump on helping this, but
Yeah.
I just want to remind us that we are like very much trying to not let EdgeCorp know who we are, where we are, right?
Yeah.
They're one of our major adversaries, and we are sneaking in here to rescue Shan, which is
On a ship we stole.
from EdgeCorp. The Shan is certainly the thing that's most on Roland's mind, and he doesn't want to let this ship like suffer whatever they're going to suffer. But also, like he does not want to put the crew in the position to reveal ourselves to EdgeCorp and get embroiled in some shit that's going to take us away.
So Morgan would flip on mute and then look to the captain and just say, "It's your call, Captain. I don't think engaging would be advisable if we're trying to stay under the radar, as it were, but what do we do?"
I mean, we could, I guess, buy them a little time if we happen to have a navigation error and went, in front of the pursuit. Didn't mean to, I mean, ships fly off course all the time. So that's the only thing I can think of. Get by them a little time, but also I don't want to get directly involved.
Soon as that EdgeCorp ship sees us, though, I think we're involved regardless. You really want to get involved in this shit? It sucks.
Roland is obviously just listening to all of you, and he looks to Hestia.
I hear and understand the logical reality of what you are saying. However, I do feel that if we could help in some way, it would be the morally correct thing to do, and I would hate to regret it later if something dire or deadly ended up happening to these people because we didn't help. But I will abide whatever call you make, Captain.
Hold your course, Gadrick. Keep the lines silent. Proceed as planned. Hestia, morals are not always so simple. We have a moral obligation to the person that we came here to save. And if we get ourselves caught, arrested, or worse, then we have failed them. That is also a moral failing.
About this time, wait, you said you have, what do you mean you have it on mute?
Like, we're not responding.
We're not broadcasting what we were
Okay,
talking about
okay.
in the bridge.
Well, if the line is still open, unless you've hung up, okay, you hear Siobhan, call out again. Like, come on! Can't anyone help me? Don't you have a heart? Please! Please! I'm begging you!
Can we roll some kind of check to anticipate what type of consequences they will face if they're caught? Like, would we know that, especially some of the people that have worked with EdgeCorp
Like
for
EdgeCorp breach of contract?
Yeah.
Like, with the
like
punishments.
I don't think they're in mortal danger.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're going to
Right,
go to jail. I think that they're going to be embroiled in a legal lawsuit.
Yes.
Well, they're
like,
going to get stuck on this
probably-
planet because they're going to take their ship.
What'll probably happen, if I had to guess, and this is just me as a player, indentured servitude,
Yep.
more or less.
Yep. There you go. Confiscating of their ship. They'll be
How do they leave?
essentially slaves to the company.
What are we supposed to do about that?
Yeah, like
How do you know if you don't communicate?
No, I'm not asking you, Zach.
I'm not asking you, God. Pipe down.
All right. I'll see y'all in a bit then.
I'm just saying, like, honestly, what can we do? We're supposed to argue on their behalf and be like, hey, we're so-and-so and so-and-so, and we
Well,
think
and
that you shouldn't do this. Or is there an option of, like, just taking them into our ship, which I would do if we could do that without being spotted, but I don't see any way for us to do that in this queue that, and all attention is on this ship.
Right.
I mean,
And the-
could deceptively use some type of deception to claim, like, oh no, they're part of our crew, but then they've already set themselves up to
that's
not
we
be,
already
so-
know that to be not the case. If there was a way that we could secretly send them a message that we could give them, we'll give them a ride out of here when we leave. Like, we're amenable to that, but we can't do anything right now.
The thing is, even if we did something so they could get away, they don't have a drift engine. Like, if
the
EdgeCorp
only-
is
they
chasing
wouldn't be able
them,
to get
they will
away.
be caught immediately.
They were
the-
ferried to
Yeah.
Entha.
Yeah,
So-
the only way to get them out of there is us directly engaging with EdgeCorp on their behalf.
That
and I
you
don't-
know of.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you can only really work with what we know.
I know.
We can reach
So-
out to that ship.
Yeah.
So,
But-
okay. Here, Morgan will say, Captain, maybe if we let them know we would be amenable to giving them a ride off planet. At least that way they wouldn't be trapped here.
Is there any way for us to communicate with them
Just ship to
without? I mean, I know we can do that ship to ship, but with any kind of certainty that we're not being spied on by.
Like encrypted.
You need an encrypted channel. if
Surely
you want.
Aztec could encrypt the channel.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Yes, but okay, maybe I'm just overthinking it.
You
here,
are.
but like, okay.
Turns out it's EdgeCorp encryption.
I mean, it's just basic thing. Like they would see that there was a message sent to them. Just like, even if they can't read it, they would see that we communicated with them, and that's what I'm trying to avoid them seeing. You might
I mean,
know
do we
better.
know that? Like, how would they? They can't monitor every ship in the damn world.
Well, I'm not. Yeah, but we are in their queue, and they are probably definitely running constant scans on this ship that they're trying to catch.
I mean, what we're offering is not bad. Like, listen, I don't know your deal, but like, if you lose your ship, we can give you a ride off home. That's the only thing that we would be offering, and I don't think that that's something that. Like,
Okay, that's fine. I think that it's more dangerous than it needs to be, but I'm also will hear Zach, and that's probably, even though it should be, isn't the case. So let's get an encrypted message. Morgan, all right, team. Let's just send them an encrypted message. Not over comms. Can you just send them, like, what are they called? Emails, right?
Yes, Captain. Yes.
Send them
electronic mail. Yes.
Send them an email, and Hestia or Gadrick, the two of you, can you make sure that it's coded in such a way that it cannot be read by anybody else?
Yes. Encryption. Yes.
Yes, that's the word.
Yeah.
And just tell them that we will be available for egress. We cannot help them now. Like, keep it simple, no more details than that.
A meeting point, maybe.
We don't have a meeting point.
We do not have enough information. Just give them that message, and they can find us if they need to.
I mean, is there... So, that's... I don't mean to bog us down any further, but, like, I do think it's reading too much into it to just assume that they can run surveillance on every outgoing message from every ship. Like, we don't know that. But whether or not that's the case, like, in leaving them a message, could we not leave them a way to get in touch with us just digitally? Like, a return
reply
to sender that would be private,
Well,
you know?
Probably click
I
the
would-
reply button.
Yeah, the reply. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Sending an email does that inherently, right?
Yeah. Like, they'll have our contact information because we contacted them, even though it's encrypted. Like,
Okay, that's fine. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like we're getting too worried that it's like a big brother situation over here. Like, if we can encrypt messages, then I think we're good, and they can send them back. So that we don't need a meetup point. We can
communicate.
cross that bridge when we come to it. But yeah, Hestia gets a message encrypted, sends, kind of to a T what you wanted her to send. Very sparse, very direct,
Okay. So you push that through, and it's not long before you get a response in the form of a video message from Siobhan.
Okay.
And she, the first thing she says is, who sends an email anymore? Really?
Dude, fuck
I'm
off.
just, man, let me fuck with you, okay? All right?
I'm not offended.
Yeah, I mean, because you made such a big deal out of it. I gotta get a little rib in there.
Yeah, our captain
Anyway.
only just discovered email. He's excited to use it.
So she says, yeah, who sends an email anyway? Listen, I appreciate it, but I'm getting the tooth out of here. I don't need a ride. This is, look, you've got a drift engine, right? What am I saying? Of course you do. Listen, if you just vent its radiation shielding in our wake when we go by, that will definitely confuse that negotiator's cut rate sensors. It'll just scramble them. And that'll give us enough time to get out of here. Please, help us. And the message ends.
So I, being biased, like that plan, but I will say, can I roll an engineering or something to see like how well would that work? Like, are we gonna fuck ourselves by doing that? And if it's doable and doesn't like raise suspicion against us, like we could absolutely do that.
All right, roll an
Exactly
engineering
what I
check.
think it is.
Okay.
Raise suspicion.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious about the how suspicious it would be if that just
Right.
happened.
How
Is that like a
convenient that you-
culture, maybe? Because
It's an
like we're
engineering.
working. Okay, as far as like regulations, where it's okay to vent your shaft.
Well, I mean, that's the thing too. There's a lot of ships out here, right?
Yeah.
So like,
yeah.
that I think of that as like, like if you own an RV, like you have maintenance and stuff that you have to do, and if you're at a fucking RV park, some people are going to be dumping their crapper tanks when other people aren't. You know what I'm saying?
Are there ships venting their radiation
Yeah.
in this cube?
Roll an engineering check.
29.
Hey.
29. With a 29, Tia, you know for a fact that you could vent the shit out of your radiation shields, and it would not be an issue for the maintenance of your ship in any way, and nor would it be something that would be readily detectable as committing interference.
Okay.
Okay.
Captain, that could work. There's no reason to think that would raise undue suspicion. Ships do this all the time.
Think of it like the ship farting.
No, I understand.
Shit falls.
I farted twice during this interaction. You don't even know.
Yeah. Well, it seems to be that there's no reason not to do this, so of course.
Yeah.
Can I
and
roll
so-
a perception to see if I smelled Tia's farts?
Oh my god.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's a
Tell-
17
tell me
plus
your
12,
roll.
29.
Tell me your roll. Okay.
Give me that
I-
sleight of hand.
No. I was rolling a bluff check. She was lying just to make the metaphor so you don't smell it.
Oh,
Okay.
all worthwhile.
You caught her in a lie, which is like highly embarrassing to Tia. You know?
Way more embarrassing than
Way
if she
worse
had
than the
farted.
actual fart, yeah. But yeah, so, yeah, Captain, we can do this. Do you want me? Let's do
I've
it.
I've issued the order. Go.
Okay.
Do it.
Do you want me to send them a message or anything?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I beep boop boop and vent the radiation shield.
Okay, so right about that time, you wait for the Surnoch's tooth to pass you all. Okay, and you vent your radiation shields. Oh, I need you to roll an engineering check in order to see if you can do that. Actually, I don't think it's going to be a problem, but it is technically a roll. So let's go ahead.
Not great for me. 25.
25 is good enough.
Okay.
Good enough for me. So you do, vent that radiation shielding, and Surnoch's tooth goes flying by. A minute or so later, the negotiator comes flying by the queue, and
Through our
Opens-
ship's fart wake.
opens slows down, okay, and is seems to sort of be chilling with each of these ships in the queue, right? Sort of floating near them, whatever. And when they pull up next to you, they open a comms channel, and you see an Edge Corp security officer on screen, and he says, "Where did that rockhopper go? I demand to know right now."
I am so irritated right now. So mad.
Okay.
Is Roland
Adam
mad
is
or is
mad.
Adam mad?
More Adam than Roland, I'm sure.
Well, use your damn charisma and get us out of it.
With the whole thing is I didn't want to be in this fucking situation. That's the whole thing, right? And I was gaslit into just do it. So here we are in this fucking stupid situation
It's gonna be
that I
a
didn't want
long
to be in.
campaign, dude.
I mean, it's okay.
How do you respond?
I say, sorry, sir. We're just waiting our turn to get to the surface. We have no idea where they went.
Roll
Not
bluff
really
check.
paying attention.
Okay, good. I mean, it's good enough for me. Yeah, roll a bluff
Yeah.
check.
Technically, all that was true, but I don't know where they went.
No, it's not. Well, yeah.
No, we don't. I mean, like,
They just
Natural
they were here.
one.
Goddamn.
Natural one.
Yep.
Do you have a
Serious?
thing? Anybody have a thing? Communalism, maybe to.
I do have communalism, but technically, I should have said it before you rolled.
Don't you have to wait for the result of the roll?
No, we were doing it wrong
No.
for a long time.
You do it after the roll, before the result, right?
Before you find out, before the GM says that,
Yeah.
that it failed, right?
Have I said it passed or failed
It's a
yet?
natural one, dude. Like,
Well,
Yeah, but the GM hasn't
but
said
he
it.
hasn't.
So he has a chance to use communalism and let you re-roll it.
Okay.
I do that.
That's how that works.
Is it not?
Do you want that one, Adam?
I just want to play the fucking game the way it's supposed to be played.
Well, I'm sorry. Have we just been doing it wrong?
I think we have, right? Didn't we come up with that? Didn't we figure that out?
The whole point of being able to re-roll a roll is
Is
because
when you need it.
There's no point in re-rolling a roll before you know what the result
I thought
of the roll
communal
is.
was like advantage.
Yeah,
basically.
no, it is. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
For a
I
while,
see.
for a good while, and we addressed this once already. For a while, we were doing it as a like, oh shit, we had a bad thing, pop that communalism on it, and that's how I was playing it, and I was wrong. But it is preemptive. You roll twice and take the better result.
Okay, that sucks. All right.
So, I wish I had thought to do that, but
Okay.
I didn't.
So, Roland, you give him the line.
Mm-hmm.
He narrows his eyes at you. You know, and he's like, I'll be watching you. And he
Cool.
and he cuts away. And he cuts away and heads back.
Be hard
However-
not to with this sexily shaped ship.
Looks like a penis, doesn't it?
Like a bunch of shipping
But nothing
containers.
happens to you. Okay? Like, you know, you have certainly helped the Surnoch's tooth evade capture. Surnoch's tooth, excuse me.
Surnoch, like SIRNOC.
S-U-R.
Surnoch.
Surnoch.
I doubt it's Surnoch. I'm
It
pretty sure it's just Surnoch.
Surnoch.
At least in an American English accent. You know what I'm saying? And especially in my country ass accent, you're lucky it's Surnoch.
We helped the Chernobyl's douche get out of here.
Yeah. Okay.
After
So-
that little interaction there, Morgan kind of winds their scarf around their neck and pulls it a little bit higher up on their face. Like having Edge Corp security peering into this ship through the screen kind of freaked them out a little bit.
Sure.
It's a lovely accessory. Is that a new style? That's how we're wearing them now?
This is how I'm going to wear it for now, yeah, sure.
Do you have a communicable disease?
Team, tighten
Vincent
up.
takes a
We
step
are
back.
we are under scrutiny. We have to get to this planet. We got very lucky there. We should not be interfering until we do our mission. We came here for a reason. Yes, bad things happen to good people every day. We cannot deviate every time somebody has a problem. Get us to the surface, Gadrick.
Waiting on this cue, but all right.
Wait harder.
Hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
So
I want you to know I'm mad right now.
Roland expresses his discontent, and Gadrick, it is another 2 hours of sitting in this queue before you are finally up to land.
We're just all in the bridge sitting in Roland's tension cloud. Like,
It's 2 more hours of waiting. And finally, you are directed towards Alicia, where you can unload your cargo. Okay? So,
Towards where?
Alicia, that is
That's the
that is
port
Edge
city.
Corp's base, the floating city.
Gotcha.
It's all floating. Let me tell you a little bit about it as you start flying towards it. Into view, you start seeing this enormous transparent dome, which encloses a small settlement built atop a massive floating platform on the sea. It's complete with a dozen modular and portable buildings. They've all got varying different sizes. You can see through the dome that there are a few open areas featuring what you assume is artificial grass. There's gym equipment, like an outdoor cafeteria. Several large round landing pads surround the dome, linked by swaying docks. Additional landing pads are still under construction, and a mix of above water and undersea scaffolding forms this just patchwork of wood and steel around the entire facility. Let's put you on a map.
Oh.
Give me that map.
I love
Hell yeah.
world maps.
Look at that. That's cool.
You can pause the game there. Obviously, this is not to scale with your tokens or anything like that, but this is
This
just...
whole rig's 30 feet long.
Yep.
Man. Vincent
certainly
could traverse
not.
the whole thing.
What is this, a reading center for ants?
Right. What are you, terraforming a backyard?
Yeah. So you all go to land the Independence at one of these docking platforms that are off the side. You know what I'm saying? And as you go to land, you are greeted by a very familiar sight. A heavily modified mining ship that you all know as the Wintermorn rests nearby. On the other side of the gently swaying landing pad, you see Jinx, Nemelith, Dizzy, and Dizzy's drone, Digit, are all waiting outside the ship as Captain Neva Rovo consults a data pad. She's got her brow furrowed and she's scratching her head.
Are they here to beat us to Shan? Like,
How?
every time we have a
sir.
mission, they're like here to beat us to the punch?
They're Team Rocket, man.
Yeah.
They don't.
They're
I
way
don't-
more competent than that.
Well,
Yeah.
they don't really have a reason to be here for Shan.
Yeah.
They don't know Shan.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're probably,
just
they
got
probably
wind.
are here to try to beat us on the drill deal.
Yeah.
You know what
Right,
I
on
mean?
the drill deal. Exactly. Yeah.
It's just like,
Or
man,
they-
I want to be friends with y'all, but it's like
Actually,
every
what it
time
looks-
we have a mission, like you
Y'all
guys
are
are
so
there to be
competitive.
kind of a problem.
Well, what it looks like too, what Zach said is that their ship has been outfitted with mining, so they might actually have taken a job to do mining for EdgeCorp.
Are we
You know
delivering
what I
the
mean?
drills to them?
I don't know. Do we have a...
the
No,
bits.
you know
They're the
that the
client.
Wintermorn itself is, in its former life, essentially, it was a
drilling
a sh-
vessel?
a ship,
Well, yeah,
a
so
mining.
either way, that they have a tool to do a job here that EdgeCorp's trying to do.
Right,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Yeah.
Can, like... I'm sorry, there are 3 different platforms. Are, like, multiple ships parked on these?
Yes.
Or, okay, so they're
All
on the
those
same
little,
one?
you see all the little tiny, like
Triangles.
they're like
Kinda-
wishbones or something,
Yeah.
but those are all supposed to be ships.
Okay.
Yeah, to give you an idea of the.
Bunch of little mosquitoes on this thing.
Yeah, it's a platform for ants.
Did they see us, or we just saw their ship?
Well, I mean, they would certainly recognize the Independence, and
Fair
you
enough.
recognize the Wintermorn, but you've just landed. What do you do?
The Wintermorn recognizes the Independence, but EdgeCorp just doesn't.
Doesn't. No,
So
it's wild.
serendipitous. It's
Okay,
very nice.
so
I mean,
I don't know-
to be fair, EdgeCorp is stupid. So
And big.
Yeah.
And this was a secret ship.
Morgan, as all of you know, you're contemplating all of these thoughts, right? About why doesn't EdgeCorp recognize
Yeah.
the Independence, right? Roll a sense motive check.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Ooh, that's pretty good. It's a 17 on the die.
Okay.
I can do this. 33.
Okay. All right. Morgan, you grew up with Eline Rysora. You know her, or, did for most of your life, better than most. Your keen intuition tells you that there's absolutely no way that Eline Rysora would not have made every possible attempt to cover up the theft of the Oliphant in order to save face with the company.
Okay. Okay.
That is serendipitous.
That is. Wow.
Guess it's all right.
That changes things. Okay.
A little bit, but I feel like they would also know that Elaine is fucking terrible, and that if we
Absolutely.
do get caught, like
And you know that Align has sent people looking for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But has not informed the
masses.
company at large.
Yeah.
Right? Because it would be bad for her. It would
Yeah.
look bad for her. It's a very expensive project. And to get stolen right out from under her nose would be a blow to her pride that she would absolutely not allow to be public knowledge.
Okay. I would say as we're sitting in the queue before we got there, like having thought all of that, Morgan would probably kind of like quietly whisper that to the crew. Like, you know, the more I'm thinking about this, the more, if we haven't been on massive wanted posters, the entirety of the corporation probably doesn't know. Just to try and take down some of the tension just a little bit, and maybe even just to themselves, if not the rest of the crew, you know.
Right. Like, this is still risky, but, like, it's
Yeah.
not as dire as maybe we thought, you know?
But, as far as the Wintermorn, I'm sorry, have we deposited the drill bits yet? Have those already?
you have.
Okay.
You
just landed,
You
yeah.
just landed the ship.
Haven't even
Yeah.
left. Yeah. Gotcha.
Do we know where we're supposed to be going with this cargo?
I assume so, yes. Trika gave us the contact information here. Boop,
Well,
boop.
Well, let's
What-
say hello to the Wintermorn crew.
Oh, I didn't even see them standing over there.
Yes, look.
Sense
They're
motive.
right there.
bluff check. Roll a bluff check.
I don't even think you have to. Like, Roland is just like, I want to get this shit on the road.
It's a dirty 30.
Shit.
On the bluff check, or what?
No, on the sense motive against his bluff.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not bluffing. It's more that like he's so singularly focused that he's not even like looking around.
Yeah.
Getting the drill bits together. Like he is eager to get this done so we can go. So he just hasn't. It just didn't register to him.
Captain, you must relax at least a little bit. This tension is even affecting your spatial awareness.
He like kind of snaps on you with almost like a wolf growl for half a second. When you say that, it's like maybe a little startling, and then you see him like his eyes like kind of go soft and his eyebrows go up, and he's like, "Tia, I'm sorry. You're right. I have to keep my head on my shoulders. I'm just very, very anxious about Shan. I
know.
owe her to get her out of here."
I understand. We're going to find her, Captain. But it won't do us any good if you're not performing at your best because of your anxiousness and fear, whatever. She doesn't say that like flippantly, like she
Right, yeah,
expressing the emotion is kind of
Him like snarling at Tia snapped him a little bit to himself. Mm-hmm. Like, oh shit, dude! Like that inner rage was starting to get the best of him, you know.
yes. Well, look, let's find out what the Wintermorn crew is doing here. Speak to them for just a moment, and then we'll be on our way. It wouldn't hurt to have a
perhaps-
potential ally on
He's
planet.
like, yeah, Roland's like, yes, perhaps they might even have some information that could lead us to Shan if they've been here for some time. So
Right.
Okay, so are we disembarking?
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to the
Yeah.
Wintermorn crew.
Talk to the Wintermorn crew, huh?
Just saunter
Okay.
over there, cool like.
Yep. So the whole crew saunters over there, and as you start rocking up, you see Captain Neva Rovo look up from her data pad, and with a quizzical look on her face. And this is the first time that you've seen the crew of the Wintermorn since the events of Calm 93 and your escapades with the Adamant Scale and D9.
Yes, that lazy day.
Where
Nothing
absolutely
important
nothing
happened on that
happened.
day.
Nothing.
Yeah.
But this is the first time you've seen them since that day where nothing happened. And Neva, she looks up and she goes, Roland, you really gotta stop stalking me, man.
Right. Good to see you, Captain.
You too. What are you doing here?
It's a long story, but the long and short of it is that we are dropping
Delivering
off
some drill bits.
Thank you, Gadget, for finishing my sentence for me. It's my favorite thing that you do.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's what we're doing here.
Oh, okay, well,
What are you doing here?
interesting. Well, Roland, I don't know if you knew this about me, but I am actually an expert in, drilling, as it were. And
Roland looks towards the ship and is like, oh, really? Would never have guessed.
well, before I became an illustrious captain of this ship, I did some years on, on some mining operations. That's where I got the Wintermore. Anyway, the company has asked me to appear as a consultant for their operation here. So we're here for the money.
Have you just arrived?
No, we've been stuck here for 2 days, waiting for clearance to get inside of that facility.
What is the holdup?
I wish I knew. But let me let you in on a little secret. The materials that they're using for this drilling operation here, absolutely cut rate, way below industry standards. They lack all of these key redundant safety features. It's honestly insane that they've managed to do what they have, but I think I get why they're constantly ordering new drill bits.
I've found the way to take down Edge Corp. Pulls up her comm and types in OSHA.
Ain't OSHA owned by Edge Corp these days?
Shit. Quick question,
Oh, no.
Adam Roland. What is it that Shan is doing here? Do we know?
She was here advising as part of the terraforming project, I believe. That she is an environmental scientist, which is why she was at LeJacques, because she was trying to do some help for our planet. And then we had our thing and she left, which is why Roland is feeling so driven, because he feels like partially this is his fault, which is ridiculous, I know. But like that's where we're at.
How feelings work. Oh, that's terrible. Captain, I'm sorry. What is her? Neva. Captain Neva. That's terrible that you've been stuck here so long, and it's even more terrible that those pieces are so subpar. Hopefully, with your expertise, you can let them know about that. Yes.
Sorry, Morgan. No way. I'm not crossing the company. I'm just here to get my credits and get out of here.
So what sort of consulting are you doing, if not on the rapid use of drills?
Well, I'll find out once they let me inside, Roland.
You didn't have a contract, or there was no specifications to your job here? They just said, come here and tell us about our mining operations.
They asked for a consultant on the mining operation because my resume is so sterling.
Right, of course.
But I only just arrived. I couldn't speak to the status of their current operations. All I know is I've been here for 2 days, I've seen the kind of equipment that's getting brought in, and I'm telling you, it's cut rate.
Well, I'm sure we have some more. Go ahead, Hestia.
I would say they probably were legally required to bring in a consultant and are now delaying dealing with you, for they know the problem that they have, they just don't want to fix it.
Do we have clearance?
No, the Edge Corp negotiator would have given you instructions to wait for an inspection and clearance
At the dock.
at the dock.
Yeah.
At the
Okay.
dock. The same thing that
They're waiting for.
they're waiting for.
Okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
So, in the meantime, the whole crew of the Wintermorn is here, right? You know.
I will ask the Captain Neva real quick. By the way, how is our mutual friend? I'm sure you got her tucked away safely somewhere.
Yeah. And you know, like she looks around, doesn't want to say too much, but she gives you a wink, Roland.
Good.
Everything's fine.
Good. Well, I'm. Where? So is the rest of the crew just standing next?
Yeah, you're all hanging out. We've like formed an informal hangout circle at this point. You know.
A gaggle, if you will.
In,
Yeah.
One more time, can you list the names of the crew?
Yes, absolutely. Neva, right, Captain. Nemelith is the
The orange one.
Hilky,
Yeah.
the Hilky
The knockoff
woman.
Ziva.
Knockoff Ziva, right? You've got Jinx, who is the Verthani pilot, and you have Dizzy, who is the Dragonkin engineer.
Roland will sign to Jinx. Good to see you. You know, glad that you're well. Type of greeting, and then he'll just kind of step back, given he kind of intuits that Hestia probably particularly wants to get in there and say her hellos and all that. So.
Yeah, and before you get a chance to say hello, Tia, Dizzy kind of breaks the circle. Says, Tia, come on, you gotta tell me about the modifications you made to Mantis. This is a different design. I know it. What's going on here?
Well, you know how much I care about redundant safety protocols. I actually wrote my thesis on them. Being on a water world, in case something were to go awry and we ended up in the water, I wanted Mantis to be prepared. And what's cool is not only is Mantis fully water capable and hydrodynamic, but also can function as an underwater mount. Also, look at this. And she shows him her gills. Like the augmentation she added.
Yeah. They take a peek at the gills and they're like, whoa. Did it hurt?
Yes, but they have drugs for that. It's fine.
Yeah, fair enough, I guess. I'm loving the new design, Tia. Mantis looks awesome.
Thank you. I'm very proud of it.
Look. Do you mind if I take a closer look at it? I think I might be able to make a modification to Mantis's weaponry.
Oh, by all means. And like
It might help you out.
And they're like kind of off to the side, both like parties forgotten. Like engineering brain is going on. Like they're just in it now.
So, mechanically, Tia, while you and Dizzy are, chatting about these modifications, Dizzy offers to quickly install any weapon accessory of second level or lower onto Mantis's weapon for you at no cost. You just have to tell me which one you want and which one would work on that.
Okay, well, I love it, but I will have to get back to you, shortly.
Certainly get back to me. Let me know. But that is, Dizzy's only got enough spare parts for one thing, and just given the nature of your relationship, they would be more than thrilled to add to Mantis's new design.
That's amazing. Thank you. I very much appreciate it. And they're, I just imagine, camera kind of fades back to the party as they are just tinkering away and nerding out,
Absolutely. Does anybody else have anything else that they would like to say to any member of the Wintermourn crew? Because, they're all here. Again, you haven't seen them in a little while. I don't know how close you all are with them, but Jinx would certainly nod back to you, Roland, when you sign. Good to see you,
So tell us, Captain, your drilling expertise, but just in general, do you have any information on all this terraforming business? We're just dropping off bits, but since we're here, give us the tea.
Well, it's tough to say because they're so secretive, and they don't let anything get out. So there isn't a whole lot that I've found out. I'm waiting for that clearance to get in. Now, I have seen terminals all around the station, and I'd be willing to bet their infosphere is closed, but a good hacker could find out a lot of information if they wanted to. What do you need information for?
Oh, I'm just a sponge. I just love knowing things about new places, honestly, and this is, well, it's new and getting newer with more terraforming, yes.
Right about that.
They're really not trying to bring up the Shan thing. Trying to basically open the door so if the captain wants to, he can.
I
but I don't know.
I don't think that they really know anything. They've been sitting out here for 2 days.
I mean, just observing from the outside,
yeah.
really.
I do like your questions about what they might have seen in the last 2 days, but
yeah.
But yeah, I don't have anything to add as the captain, I guess is what I'm saying.
Is there any kind of terminal here on the dock or at the ramp, I guess?
No.
Maybe? Okay.
Not that you can get to from here. No.
And about how long has it been since we've been waiting? Just been shooting the shit, kind of?
Just a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, not long. I mean, your longest wait so far has been
2.
The 2 hours, just getting through the queue. But as you're all sitting around talking, Vincent.
Oh, yes.
Nemelith kind of just sort of offhand strikes up a conversation with you. And she's like, she has this sort of bored look on her face, right? And she sighs and she says, darling, this is such a drab place. I doubt very seriously that we have any hope of bloody combat, and even less hope of meeting any fellow worshippers of Zon-Kuthon.
Does she think that you're a Zoni K worshipper?
Almost to that point, he's just almost kind of looking around you talking to me?
She's not implying that you're a worshiper. She's just saying the people being here on this planet.
Okay.
Right?
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
Right? She's not trying to implicate you as a worshiper of Zon-Kuthon, but she's just so bored that she's willing to strike up a conversation with the most dour dwarf that has ever walked.
Well, so there really wasn't a time to really fit it in, but I feel like the reason why he's been so dour is because of this job on a water planet. He has made several inferences to not liking having to deal with water.
I mean, you are a stone after all.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I am a stone.
why not?
Made of rock.
Why doesn't Vincent?
You'd be a phenomenal deep sea diver, though. You sink so fast.
I mean, shit, dude. I mean, he was on what's it called? He lived on Akaton, and he doesn't deal with fucking water at all. So that's why.
Well, she's also from Akaton.
Oh, that's right. 'Cause she's a fucking Hilky. That's right. Yeah. Okay. I completely forgot that she was.
But she's from Universe 666 Akatai.
But yeah,
I don't think there's gonna be any kind of hullabaloo around here. There's not gonna be any combat. It seems pretty fucking boring to me. Not like Ekaton, is it?
Not like Akaton at all.
No.
Did you spend much time there?
Oh, well, I was raised up there, but there wasn't any gigs over there. I mean, all you could do was just be part of the salvaging crew, and, well, I mean, I was tired of that, but, couldn't really stick with a job up in the space, so, I don't know, I found myself here. Yeah, how'd you end up coming about?
Oh, darling, I was pulled from my reality long ago. But, alas, I am here now. However...
That was so flippantly.
Whatever. I'm here now.
It's a boring story,
Yeah.
Pulled
No
from
big
my
deal.
own universe, Go ahead.
However, as a fellow Akatonian, why am I doing British? I don't know. Just as a fellow Akatonian, why am I doing British? I can't
like
stop.
It's Universe 666.
Yeah.
Everybody
She
speaks
tells you-
British over there.
She tells you
Accents are
that
nebulous.
as a fellow Akatonian, she, she wants to help you out. It seems
Well,
that what is your primary weapon right now? What are you rocking?
These days I've got this real cannon and a teeth blade.
Well, I'm afraid that weapon might get away from you in combat. Here, I don't need this anymore. Why don't you take it? And she pulls something out of her pocket and tosses it to you.
Uh-huh.
And it is a Defiant Fusion Seal.
Fire fusion seal. Okay.
And you can apply that to any of those weapons that you want to.
Interesting. Okay, so Defiant. Okay, yeah. I will look it up.
A Defiant Fusion, right, will, whenever you get knocked unconscious or go prone or something like that, the weapon stays in your hand.
Oh, okay.
I believe you don't drop the weapon.
That's interesting.
There might be other applications for that as well, but I know for sure that if you go unconscious, you don't drop the weapon.
I've only heard of these. This is interesting.
Unconscious,
Like it.
panicked, and stunned.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Wait. So panicked and stunned. That's okay. That's useful. Okay.
Well, shit. Here I am, not being I can't be.
Yeah.
What's the word?
Reciprocal.
I can't. Yeah. I can't reciprocate with a gift of my own. Yeah. I feel a little embarrassed without one. But
No, don't worry about it, darling.
Seems like the Wintermorn crew has been a bit more flush with their work than we have.
that's true. Seems to be like your fortune's favoring your way.
Well,
Not to. I know that sounded suspicious, but that, I didn't mean it
I
suspicious.
wasn't being snarky
Right.
either. Just
Yeah.
noticing that they're doing pretty well. To have this extra gear to get
observant.
back. Yep.
Yeah.
Under his breath, Gadrick says, "You're doing all right. They didn't get to watch all the Tremors like I did."
So
How many are there?
You guys,
Like
you
nine
guys didn't
Tremors?
watch Tremors, did you?
what?
We got the special edition with the commentary tracks, dude.
get on our level.
Maybe I'll start a YouTube channel where I review movies and watch all the Tremors.
You son of a bitch. When you do, you better tell me what your handle is. I want to watch.
Make sure to subscribe.
Of course.
Hit that notification bell.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. It's never seen
Subscribe.
it. Never seen it. Reactions. That's her channel. I haven't
Okay,
seen
that's
it.
actually
No,
clever.
that's not Neva
Fuck.
because it's Nemelith, isn't it?
No, it's Neva's the captain.
Neva's the
yeah,
cap-
I mean, I just
Okay,
Neva's
okay.
the captain, but I
Okay.
did Nemelith's voice for
Gotcha.
start because she is great value Ziva,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
You know,
right,
and,
right.
and even out of character,
Even
even
out
out of character. Starts to get to know, but she just watches Tremors. You know what I'm saying? Like objectively, not great.
The first one is. You
Yeah.
First one's
Yeah.
good.
But
You
just
shut your
fucking
mouth.
killing it on the subscribers.
Yeah, we just lost half of
Yeah.
our subscribers with that comment alone.
They'll be okay. They'll
They'll
be okay.
be okay.
But anyway, you're chatting, you're conversing on with with the crew of the Wintermorn, and around this time you see a serious-looking Kalo, or is it Kalo?
Caleb.
I say Kalo.
I say Kalo,
I
but I'm
asked-
country as fuck. We want hard words.
I asked Owen back in the day,
Oh, okay.
and he
yeah.
said it's like J-Lo, Kalo.
Kalo. Okay.
All right.
All right. Y'all know what a Kalo is, right?
Yep.
Shape of water.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
There we go.
Hellboy.
Fucking nailed it.
Right?
Yeah.
I fucked a Kalo
Okay.
once, you know?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Don't look into it.
Yeah. Hot merman.
Yeah,
You know?
Yep,
There you
yep.
go.
Sexiest movie
So you
ever
see
made.
you see this serious looking Kalo in business attire.
I don't believe
okay?
it. Serious? No way.
She's serious looking, and she makes her way onto the landing pad, and she proceeds directly to Neva. And the two exchange some brief greetings, and then she gestures for Neva to follow her. And then shortly thereafter, Neva turns to you all, and she says, "Well, looks like some of us are finally getting off the waiting list. Good luck." And she gives you kind of like a half sarcastic salute
Sloppy
as
salute.
the crew of the Wintermorn all turn, say their goodbyes to you.
Yeah, before they get out of there, Hestia, who had gotten, kind of wrapped up in engineering talk and stuff, kind of hesitantly but quickly approaches Jinx, and there's just a second, they don't say anything, and then she just gives him a big hug and holds it for a couple of seconds, and then lets go, and just that's it. No words really needed, but
Yeah,
They-
Jinx signs to you, see you around.
yeah, and she just does the heart thing because she doesn't actually speak
yeah.
sign language.
Yeah.
He said,
Right.
they said, see you around.
I'm pretty sure he said I love you.
I've got nothing to say to that, T.S.
Absolutely, yes. Yes, that's what they said.
I can't believe that isn't true.
Okay. So the crew of the Wintermorn start heading into the main platform of the facility, crossing that bridge. And it's not long before near the platform there, right? The sea starts foaming and welling up. 4 wave cutters emerge from beneath the water. As these vehicles bob to the surface, they have these bubble domes over them. And the bubble domes slide apart in 2 halves, and they rotate beneath the craft to function as presumably gyroscopic stabilizers to keep the vehicle stable in this churning tide, right? And, these wave cutters pull up to kind of a ladder off to the side there near your ship. And about that time, along with these Kalos, a large, juvenile, green dragon dressed in Edge Corp attire rides in that frontmost wave cutter. She signals to the other vehicle's riders, who are all themselves Kalos, in black wetsuits and carrying laser rifles. And they join her as she climbs up and steps onto the platform and starts making her way directly to you. And we'll see you.
Nice.
I'm gonna head back to the ship now.
I mean, we knew that dragon was running this
Yeah.
operation,
Still a dragon though.
Still scared.
Yeah, definitely.